Tonight on SmackDown Live AfterBuzz TV After Show, the go-home show before Money in the Bank, 6-man tag, 8-man tag, and Zack Ryder's back. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
If you're gonna do a go-home show before Money in the Bank, you do it with flair. And then afterwards, you tune into us live on AfterBuzzTV.com, the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page, iTunes, SoundCloud. You're liking, subscribing, telling your friends about the wonderful world of AfterBuzz TV as we break down SmackDown Live. What's up, everybody? I'm Christian Rosenberg. Twitter, @Rosenberg. Instagram, @Rosenberg. T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Gang's all here this week over on the other side. First off, what shirt is this one, Tom? Dave out. It's a band called Dave House and the Mermaid. We just plugged them. They better pay us.
Yeah.
At Tom the Coms, Tom Connolly.
Good band. Go check them out. I have gifts.
You got gifts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants a Money in the Bank briefcase?
Yes.
More 3D printing of Money in the Bank briefcases.
Whoa, it's real size of the women's one.
What? And I have the size of the men's one right here.
Oh! Nicely done.
One.
Yeah, I got one for you.
Oh, I can't wait to go home and play with that.
I'm trying to think what I can cash it in for.
Nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Next to you, with the greatest T-shirt that WWE Shop has ever produced, the James Ellsworth shirt. At Scott Narver. It's Scott Narver.
I might cash my briefcase in for the larger briefcase.
If we all cash in together,
Yeah.
and we put them all together, does that cash in for the one big briefcase?
Maybe, I don't know. The big one is not in the best shape, so that was the first one I made.
They
so.
never are by the time you actually cash them in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wear and tear included.
And hanging out with us this week, friend of the show, he's back hanging out. He's an actor, he's a comedian, he's a philanthropist of some sort. That's right. You can follow him on Twitter at Marc Warzecha, or, I always mess up your name, or at Vince Googling. It's Marc Warzecha.
Can I cash this in to be a guest here with you guys today? I'm cashing in my AfterBuzz briefcase.
Oh, he cashed it in.
I'm cashing it in.
He's here
to join the show.
He has joined the show tonight. So, Tom, I guess you got to take his briefcase back then.
Okay. No, you can keep it.
Check
It's
that. Look and see if there's a contract inside it. Just might be an empty
Is there an
briefcase.
actual contract inside this?
There should be a notary at Money in the Bank. Looks and signs this.
Every time you try to cash it in, hang on, we got to check that contract.
It's like, oh, but he's laid out right now. Let me go. We're like, hold on.
Cross that T, dot that I.
Oh, wait, this was already dated. And, of course, engineering us, our backbone, our heart, our pulse. At Jimbo in the booth. It's Jimbo in the booth.
Hi.
Hey. All right. So, SmackDown Live comes to an end. We're just mere days away from Money in the Bank. And I thought it was a very good go-home show. They built up all the matches really well. Problem is there's only 5 matches. They built them all up great.
Yeah, but you got 2 ladder matches. They're going to be at least half hour.
Pretty long.
Yeah.
40 minutes within
Yeah.
entrances and everything.
You
so.
might get a cash in.
Might, yeah.
That could be another match.
That's true. That's true.
And there'll probably be some a surprise match thrown in, right? They always sneak one in there somewhere.
Maybe someone has an announcement to make.
Maybe someone has a SummerSlam announcement to make.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know when those are going to pop
But
up.
they might save that for Raw.
You wouldn't want to give that away on a pay-per-view.
No, don't give an announcement away on a pay-per-view. That would just be ludicrous. What kind of dog would do something like that?
Well, I mean,
A big dog.
Is performing
Yeah,
at
but-
Money in the Bank?
Yes. Ludacris performing at Money in the Bank.
Is he performing? Who let the dogs out?
Sure. We'll go with
the
that.
big dog out?
Yes, who let the big dog out to allow him to make an announcement on Raw?
But still, but I was going to say that the network is only like $10 a month. Cable's like 120, so I that's why they're going to make the announcement on cable, not on the network. So
I
makes
gotcha.
sense, right?
Yeah.
That is the pay-per-view.
Yes. Every Monday and Tuesday night are the pay-per-views. SmackDown kicks off this week with the New Day, with the Soul Rebels New Orleans Jam Band leading them to the ring, which was badass.
It was awesome.
I couldn't believe that they took your band away from when you go and you're at live shows.
Right.
as the owner of AOW, and other
We have a show
wrestling
this Sunday as well.
I can't believe that they hired them. Are they going to be able to make it back out in time to play?
No, they asked me for permission.
Oh, good.
No, and I told them, I'm like, well, I want to see how much is on that contract. And I'm like, all right, guys, you can hang out for the first 3 minutes of SmackDown.
I think
Play New Day to the ring, and as soon as music stops, run.
Yeah.
There were some. That band was awesome, and there were some big dudes in that band.
Yes, there were.
Some big guys. Vince had to be looking at that band thinking, I could form a tag team out of 2 of those guys.
Is that something Vince Googling might be tweeting later?
Yeah, definitely.
So they're hyping up the fact that WrestleMania in 2018 will be back in New Orleans, and they're saying that they're going to win the tag titles this Sunday and hold on to them until WrestleMania and walk into New Orleans as the SmackDown WWE Tag Team Champions. They are interrupted by the Usos, who have a new t-shirt. Finally, no more of the sweatshirts of the day one-ish. They now have a t-shirt.
How did it look?
Well, it looked just like their sweatshirt, just in t-shirt form.
But now it says down with at the top. Now they're down with it.
Down with day one-ish.
Yeah.
And then it says Usos on the back of it.
Yeah.
Sure, but is that better? Is it worse? Like, it's summertime. I mean, what?
Well, yeah, it's summertime. You're not going to be walking around in those hoodies.
No.
You need a t-shirt to show which day you became ish.
Then on the tank top though, like it's kind of
You
what if
could
you're going
cut
to
the
beach?
sleeves. You could cut the sleeves.
No, but then what if I want sleeves though?
Well, then buy 2. This is where they get you, Tom.
I don't know. That's a lot
One
of money.
for Jimmy and one for Jay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm Jimmy with the sleeves and Jay without the sleeves.
That's right.
Now
You
we
finally
know
tell
who
them
to.
apart.
Yeah.
So they're talking about how they've been the ones that have been putting in the work on SmackDown, and they're going to be the tag champs for a long time. They are interrupted by Breezango, who say they have a major break in the case, and your day one is not so H. And then there's this really awkward silence. Like, Tyler Breeze is the next one that's talking, but they just wait until they get all the way to the ring. I feel like their music was supposed to be playing or something, because their music plays, Fandango comes out, he says his thing, and then there's like the longest 10 seconds of silence. And then they get to the ring, and then Tyler's in there.
Mark, you've directed many a stage production.
Yeah.
He was probably told, hit center stage, then say your line.
That's right.
So he took all that.
He was just taking direction. I noticed somewhere around there, though, they cut to like 2 dudes fandangoing in the audience.
Yes.
And I thought, that's still happening, I guess. At least for those guys.
Yeah. At
But,
least for those
in
two.
Europe,
Yeah.
they Fandango all night long.
They'll never quit.
They won't.
No.
So the awkward silence, and then Tyler says, "You two don't have the authority to lock people up. We should know. We're the fashion police." And then they're interrupted by the Colognes, who apparently now we know can talk, because they really haven't gotten the chance to yet on SmackDown.
No.
It was an interesting choice to bring them out last.
I did think that was interesting that they came out
It was a
last.
tough spot for those guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Very tough.
They call them rent-a-cops.
Let's at least give them a chance to be successful. But, very convenient that everybody happened to come out in the ring in this opening segment, because they'd already all been booked in an 8-man tag team match against each other. So that coincidentally worked out perfectly.
Yeah, who would have planned such a thing?
But it's, finally on SmackDown they realize, hey, we assume everyone's going to go out there, so let's book the match beforehand so we don't have to wait in commercial break and then make it a 8-man
Yes.
tag.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. Yeah,
Right.
Makes more sense than what they normally do.
And somewhere, American Alpha is crying.
Oh, boy. I forgot
What
about
about, what about the Ascension?
Maybe American Alpha and Ascension will be our surprise match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
I'm fine with that.
For the number 6 contendership
Yes,
spot in
to
the
get-
tag team division.
To get on the top 10 list.
Yes.
So, match happens. There's a moment in the match, the 8-man tag match. I'm a huge Xavier Woods fan. And part of the reason is for the fact that he will just randomly bring things up that are, like, they're almost like inside jokes. So there's a point where Tyler Breeze tags in Xavier, He comes in and starts yelling at Tyler, like, do the thing, do the thing. Tyler runs off. They do this double team move where Breeze starts doing a hurricanrana on Xavier. He catches him and splashes him on his opponent. Breeze rolls out of the ring. And then Xavier looks at someone in the front row, and he's just like, yeah, we used to be a team on NXT. I'm like, that is freaking awesome, because it's just like, how did they like, for people asking, how do they know to do that move together? Oh, well, this is why, because we used to actually do this in NXT
That's
together.
hilarious.
I love things like that.
Yeah. Little inside joke.
Right.
For those of us in the know.
Xavier Woods is his own Google.
Xavier Woods.
is his own Google.
Yeah, he's his
He'll
own
just Google. He'll just go tell everybody what it is. When they're confused, he's like, here's what it is.
Boy, we could use him for a lot of these shows, actually, if that's his skill.
Then, towards the end of the match, typical chaos as you would expect in an 8-man tag.
I wouldn't. There's a referee.
Do your job, sir.
Yeah.
But there's only so much one ref can do around 8 superstars. Like, technically 9 when Big E there.
They should have 2 then.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon was right all those years ago. For tag team matches, there should be 2 referees.
Well, they haven't enforced that yet.
Where is Buster Douglas? He was famously an outside-of-the-ring referee at the main event in 1990.
What about Chuck Norris for that
you go.
casket match enforcer?
That's right. We needed those guys tonight.
We need Chuck Norris. We need more Chuck Norris in WWE.
We do.
I think now it would.
What?
No, I'm saying something. I was gonna say now it would probably be Todd Chrisley. So
Grizzly knows best.
that's right.
God.
Yeah, he would be the enforcer. I can't.
Future WWE Hall of Famer.
Yes. Yes.
in the celebrity wing.
For
No,
being
no,
on
not even the celebrity. He's just in it.
for being on directly after our shows.
He's joining the rights of La Femme Nikita. And
Silk stockings.
Silk stockings. Oh, by the way, New Day won. They did kind of like a modern day demolition finisher.
Yeah.
Like Kofi had one. I don't remember if it was Primo Epico, but he had him down for like the backbreaker, and then Woods jumped and did a double stomp on him and pinned him, and they get the win, giving them some momentum heading into their tag title match this Sunday. Then we have a vignette for July 4th, 4th of July, America's birthday. We have the return of everyone's favorite free agent, John Cena.
It's a weird new gimmick, I gotta say. Free agent's a weird new gimmick.
Well, it's not new.
Yeah.
He stole it from MVP.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He did. Yeah.
I liked when he was open contract John Cena, remember? Remember when he had the U.S. title? He'd come out every week? Open contract John Cena. That was fun.
Well,
So what is he doing now? So when he comes back, if they beat him, they get his his place on the card.
I guess so.
Right?
I don't know. You sound a little frustrated about this.
I am
Tom.
a little frustrated.
Oh wait, are you rageful?
I am a little rageful tonight.
Jimbo, we're gonna have to hit some rage music about the free agent John Cena.
Okay. Let's go over this. It's been kind of reported online of things of that John Cena's gonna come back and now be on Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
I think that's bullcrap. Like we're not even a year into the brand split, and we're now saying that this guy's gonna be on both shows each week. I think it's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand the point of this. Like, why are we having a brand split? And I'm sorry, but if Raw can't, pull the ratings, then figure out another way to do it without taking John Cena from SmackDown. Or just take John Cena from SmackDown and leave him on Raw altogether. SmackDown will be perfectly fine without John Cena. We've survived since WrestleMania, and ratings have not gone down or been crappy like Raw show, but I don't get it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to brush off the debris from
Do you guys
that
think
rage.
he should be on both shows or no?
Well, I think they're hyping it like that because here's my weird prediction. Actually, I mentioned it to you outside, Tom, before we came on the air. Is the hype of Roman Reigns' SummerSlam announcement that's happening on Raw? I think he's calling out Cena.
Whoa.
So with that,
Cena's already engaged.
that's
doesn't
where
count.
the controversy.
It was on
hangs.
TV. It doesn't count. Come on.
So So it's the type of thing where then, if Cena's a free agent, he could appear on SmackDown, because that challenge is going to happen before Cena appears. Then on 4th of July, he appears on SmackDown, accepts the challenge, and then being a free agent, he can go to Raw at that point and have, stare down with Roman Reigns. And if they're going to build that up as one of the top matches on SummerSlam, they could do a thing like, hey, if Jinder showed up at the last Raw pay-per-view to help Bray Wyatt beat Randy Orton. Hell, Randy Orton was on the Raw pay-per-view wrestling, for crying out loud. So they still find ways to make it happen. I'm not saying I'm okay with it, but if it's going to hype up that type of money-making match, because at the end of the day, it is a business, dollars and cents, and hey, these are pretty much the two biggest guys, so we're going to put them together.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear. John Cena's an honorable guy, and he's missed a lot of dates. And with Vince McMahon, you gotta honor those dates.
Yep. True.
So
I
he's
didn't
gonna
think of
make
that.
it up
Didn't think of
by
that.
going to
That's a
each
great
and every
point.
show.
That's a great point.
Yeah, he's been gone for months now, since WrestleMania. So I get that. But I also feel that if they're gonna do Reigns and Cena, which I'm not opposed to them having that match at SummerSlam, I don't need an announcement for it. Like, I would want it to be John Cena comes back on July 4th, and he's walking back to, he comes out,
He's your favorite wrestler. You should know how this goes.
Yeah. Or, he comes out, he does his promo, I'm back, I love America, blah, blah, blah. Where's Jinder? Let me beat him for the belt. I'm going to have a match with Jinder. And then, say they set that matchup for the main event, Cena versus Jinder for the title.
Okay.
His first night back, 4th of July, which, as we know, also a ratings thing of WWE is like, when they do holidays, they don't really get the best ratings.
Right.
Cena comes out to the ring. As he walks to the ring, who spears the crap out of him? Roman Reigns. Nowhere.
So you want the non-free agent to appear on another show?
Yeah, sure.
You want free agent Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like if they're going to set up this match somehow, do it like that where it's out of nowhere and we don't really see it coming. Like, that would get people talking. If I was watching SmackDown and I saw Roman Reigns be there, I'd be like, what the hell is going on right now?
Out of nowhere is Randy Orton's thing.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
He has a trademark for SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he has to come from somewhere,
Okay.
Somewhere.
not nowhere.
Yeah. Or just trade them both if they're not going to have them fight each other and be like, all right, fine. If we have to take Roman Reigns on SmackDown,
Knock them down both to NXT.
Yeah, exactly.
At this
Yeah.
point,
Huh? Like, what have they done, really?
If they're free agents.
The free agents, they need to build that brand back up.
You know
It's
what?
I
Triple
can't
H's
wait
show.
to see John Cena in that women's tournament coming up. I mean, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Mae Young Classic, John Cena.
Maybe Cena on the 4th of July announces that he's going to be losing the weight to get on 205 Live.
There you go.
Good. It's probably
Free
hell
agent.
on his knees.
Yeah.
We finally get the dream match of John Cena versus Noam Dar.
I would actually love to see that match.
That'd probably be a good match.
That'd probably be a fun match because you wouldn't expect it.
And then it turned into a mixed tag, him and Nikki versus Alicia Fox and Noam Dar.
There you go.
So, it all works
A
out.
battle of the true lovers. So yeah, Tom, your rage was felt.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
The rage was unleashed. Back to calmness.
Passive rage.
No, I just don't like the whole. Like, why do we have to change things? They're going fine. It's not even been a year yet. That's what I don't understand.
Why not explain that if Daniel Bryan's gone, he screwed up the contract and John Cena's a free agent, so like Kurt Angle's after him. Do
Yeah,
something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. If without explaining it, it's so crazy to think that John Cena's contract is up in the air. Like we solidified everyif else in the SmackDown.
Maybe
roster.
that's what those texts are to Kurt Angle.
Oh, we screwed up the
Contract negotiations. Mm-hmm. It's like if it gets out on how little I've offered John Cena, it'll ruin me.
Makes sense. This is all Foley's fault.
Yeah.
Maybe John Cena tricked him at a family dinner. You never know. They're together all the time socially. Maybe he said sign an autograph for some Make-A-Wish kids, and Daniel Bryan signed it. And he didn't realize it was a contract allowing John Cena to be a free agent.
He probably has baby
I love how he has to
brain,
sign
so-
a contract to be a free agent. It's when the contract runs out that you're a free agent.
Wait a second.
AJ and Nakamura are backstage, and they're preparing for their 6-man tag for the main event tonight. And AJ's prepping Nakamura, and he's like, "Hey, look, Sami Zayn, he's a good guy, but he gets a little overexcited with prepping for these matches." And then, sure enough, Sammy comes in, and he talks about how we're 3 of the very best on Earth. Well, if they start Baron Corbin, then I should be the one to start in the ring because I've had 2 victories over him. But, they might be strategizing about how we're strategizing, so then we might want to re-strategize our strategy because of their strategy. And then he kind of walked off, and Nakamura's like, I like him. First off, I think that's a brilliant strategy because you should figure out who's going to start the match. I mean, that's the minimum. Like, prepare him. Like, okay, this guy's starting, I'm starting. This guy's starting, I'm starting. Why not? Prepare for battle.
That should be, the least you talk about.
Right.
Right?
AJ's like,
No way.
we'll just figure it out there.
No way. Who comes out first? That's way more important. Like, when's the commercial break? Like, I want the biggest cheer. Like, I want you guys to go first, and then I'll go. That's way more important.
I thought I was the heel in this show, Scott, but apparently it's you.
Wow.
You're all about the spotlight. That silence on the podcast was Scott's smirk.
I did that for the people watching.
I thought it was a funny little segment. They kept
It's so weird that Sami Zayn's the tallest of the 3 of them.
Yeah, that was
that.
weird.
I didn't even think of that, but you're right.
Also, God love him, AJ's arms are getting bigger every week. That dude's getting huge in WWE.
Well, he's carrying SmackDown.
He took
that's
that
true.
John Cena headband and put it on his arm. That's the side effect.
From there, we go backstage to Mojo, and the question is, where do you go from here, Mojo?
Where do you go?
You've had 1 match in the last 3 months. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, you fought a previous jobber
That is now champion.
is now like risen above you so far.
Some of the jobbers
destroyed you
around
last
here are
week.
doing really well. Why aren't you, Mojo?
Heath Slater just got a 15-minute segment last night, Mojo. What's going on with you? He talked about Jinder's a fierce competitor, and he's been beating myself over it all week, but I know how to handle adversity, and I know how to bounce back from defeat. Then he has a hand on the shoulder. I think maybe it's Shane McMahon consoling him and saying he did a good job.
Nope.
Maybe it's Jinder getting ready to make fun of him.
Not at all.
Maybe, just maybe, it's Eve Torres being like, no, I thought I was in love with Zack Ryder, but I'm really in love with you. And bring that storyline back.
She was in love with John Cena, man. Come on.
She wanted Kane, really.
Didn't get that far.
But no, folks, Long Island IC, the Zack attack is back. They embrace.
He had
And-
a
and he
plate of
mentions-
catering with him. He's like,
Yep.
"Oh, hey, buddy, how's it going?"
And it mentions, hey, we got some unfinished business as a tag team. And it looks like Hype Bros are back.
Wow.
Because if we remember, Hype Bros were the #1 contenders for the tag titles when Zack Ryder got hurt.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They're owed a
Man.
title shot.
That means you gotta wait a while till they break up. Damn.
Wait, is Zack Ryder not a free agent? He's been gone.
Yeah.
He was still on a contract.
Is that how this
So
works?
he's under contract, Zack Ryder. Did you guys notice there was a guy during the segment? There was a guy in the background just like looking at papers. Did anybody else notice that guy?
always
That's what
that
they do
weird
in the
stuff.
back.
Yeah.
Probably
so
checking.
weird.
Like, is
They
Zack
look
Ryder
at
under
papers.
contract? Do I need to call security?
They're either like in a suit looking at their phone, or they're in production shirt looking at papers. It's
is
one or
that?
the other.
Lazy people that work there, right?
There's
they
a
can't-
live show going
I
on.
know. Like, what are you doing?
They can't work while they're recording there, so they have to study and see what has to be done when the cameras go off.
Yes.
I don't know.
The
Tom, you're in
Charles,
production. You should
I
know
know.
this.
So you never stand around if you're on set. You always look like you're busy doing something.
Well, they
Not
were. They
those
were
guys.
reading
Yeah.
the papers.
yeah, hand them a stack
that
of
didn't
papers.
look like you're busy. Pick something up, just move it. I don't know. Apple box. Oh, we gotta move this.
But also, like, busy doing what? Wouldn't this be the biggest part of your job? You work for SmackDown. You're live on SmackDown. Shouldn't you be doing SmackDown-y things?
Smackdowny things. Scott, what were you saying about the chat roll?
Well, I was saying AJ0314 pointed out Zack Ryder and Emma both returned on the same week.
Not together though.
No.
to different shows. So I guess that means they broke up.
Yes, they've been broken up. Naomi versus Tamina.
Hold on a second.
What are we holding on for, Jimbo? What we got?
So you think that we get Hype Bros in some kind of match this weekend, and that's what splits them up?
No, I think we'll just have them get their tag title match either next week or the following week, lose, and then split up.
I think Zack Ryder's slap to the back of Mojo Rawley and him like trying to give him high fives and hitting him on the shoulder was him attempting to turn heel, but his strikes did not have enough power.
Too weak.
Too weak. He's back from injury.
Who do we think would be a better heel, Mojo or Zack?
I think Zack. But also with this happening, I could see them swerving us and Mojo turning. Because he's like bitter
because
and like
Mojo's the great unknown. We've never seen him try to be cocky.
He's unknown.
Have we ever seen Zack? I guess Zack Ryder when he was an edgehead, he was a heel, but never like this. No, I think
He's too lovable to be a heel.
Oh, he'd be so good as a heel.
Tell me everything you know.
I think Zack needs to be the heel. I think he needs to have the chance.
What?
Because he's done this shtick for so long, and it's never gotten beyond the point of he had his WrestleMania moment and then immediately taken away, and they didn't run with it.
Right.
If he could be something different and evolve and be a great heel, that's Mojo hasn't been a face for long enough to need the change. I think Zack Ryder needs to be the heel in all this.
He should turn on that guy with the paperwork behind him. Everyone loves that guy.
That guy was once Ty Dillinger, remember? Once upon a time, Shawn Michaels super kicked him. His name was Stan.
I remember that.
But he had a bunch of papers.
Yeah.
And they went flying
10
all over
papers.
the place.
Yeah, he had 10 perfect papers. Naomi versus Tamina. Lana comes out before the match even begins. Crowd chants, "We want Rusev." My, how the tables have turned.
They are fickle. No matter what you give them, they always want something else.
Yep.
Don't these people know the state of our nation with Russia right now? They're traitors, all of them.
He's not with Russia anymore.
Rusev's from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Still, he's tight with Putin. I remember those vignettes. I remember Putin appearing on the screen and endorsing him on Raw.
Yeah, those stills said a lot.
Well, Stanley Cup is over, so he has no more Predator games to go to.
Why? No, he's involved with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Why would he have anything to do with a cup? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Stanley...
Stan Lee.
Is that a... Oh,
is a Marvel
Stan
creator.
Lee.
Yeah, Stan Lee.
Oh.
Rusev is in Avengers? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, he should be.
Have him
great.
feud with Batista.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
We just have a WWE match during Guardians of the Galaxy.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great. Well, this Naomi versus Tamina match, I enjoyed it because I thought they did a really good job putting Tamina over as a monster. We haven't really gotten to see her in significant in-ring time yet since her return. This was really her first big spotlight. And I thought she held her own. I thought Naomi did a great job making Tamina look like the monster. I am surprised they made no reference of, hey, these guys used to be together in Team Bad.
You're right.
We don't remember things that happened before.
They didn't want to blow up the network with everyone searching Team Bad
Exactly.
all at once.
Because everyone would have been blowing it up.
It's a shame that going into this match, didn't seem like Tamina was going to win, and then the match happened and Tamina didn't win. It just didn't seem like it was going to be... You say that she was built as the monster, but it'd be nice to see someone win a match rather than go, I guess they could just climb a ladder and grab the briefcase. She doesn't have to actually win matches and put people away.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if Lana just interfered and causing a DQ.
That's what I expected.
Other than Naomi just pinning her with a split-legged moonsault.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. Because now this makes Tamina look super weak headed into that match. As good as she looked in the match, just the fact that she got pinned just kind of eliminates a lot of it.
It might be the Jinder Mahal effect where it's like, all right, so we're going to do the build if you win the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it starts from nothing.
Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't think this was as clean of a match as I thought they were. It was kind of sloppy in some areas.
Maybe they were distracted by Lana's piercing gaze.
It must have been. Yeah. It was
Her
like
fierce dance skills.
Yeah, there was just some spots where it was just kind of. I don't know, just like them waiting for the person to do something else. Like especially a lot of stuff in the corner towards the end, where I was like, okay, don't just stand there and look at each other. Somebody do something. But I don't get the point of. I would have rather had Tamina go against maybe like Becky and beat Becky, than lose to Naomi tonight. To at least show that like.
Well, they want to
Becky
build up on the
doesn't-
fact because Tamina pinned Naomi last week in this 6-woman tag match, so that's
Yeah.
why they had their singles match.
But I think building better for Tamina would be, hey, she beat SmackDown's first women's champion.
I
this
agree.
week. I don't know. It was kind of a weird thing to do, and they could have found a different way to have Lana and Naomi.
Right, because
interact.
what they wanted to do was make Lana take out Naomi, which she did. She had a really interesting variation of a spine buster that JBL thought was the greatest move in the history of wrestling.
What a shock!
But no, it looked cool.
She had I'm not even sure what happened. She had like her arm behind her, and then her leg behind her, and then like pump handle slammed her, and I was like, all right.
It was like a hammerlock and grabbing a leg for like a fisherman suplex, and then she just lifted her straight up into a spine buster.
Yeah.
Right. It seemed like I'm gonna do a suplex. Oh nope, I lost the footing. Here, boom. But it works.
I thought it looked really cool.
I did too. Yeah.
But in that evening gown, Christian, can she wrestle in that?
Probably not. Probably not.
What
Are
do
you
think-
waiting for music?
What do you think she's gonna wear for her debut outfit wrestling?
It's got to be different than the WrestleMania stuff, right?
You know what?
This is the most important prediction of all.
She's going to come out in a very similar gown. Just as ravishing. She'll do her little shimmy that she does to the ring. But then, in one fell swoop, the bottom half rips off. And then it's pretty much just like trunks that match under it. So the top will still be the same, and then connected to shorts.
Wrestling like Kevin Owens.
No, like kind of like Becky Lynch's, but matching her sequin dress.
Will she wear heels like she did tonight?
No,
What will she wear?
she'll probably wear boots that will also match her outfit.
But do you think it will look like if she's wearing the dress, like it'll look like she has heels on, but then when she rips it off, we'll see that she has boots on?
Or maybe maybe they're like Velcro heels, and she can just pull the heels off it, and
What
then
if they
she.
had heels like the old school like cowboy boots that like Dusty would wear, where it's like a wrestling boot even though it looks like a cowboy boot? You know what I mean?
Ooh, custom-made wrestling heels.
They could.
But what they should have done with Tamina is not had her wrestle, but had anyone else in the match wrestle and then climb the ladder at the end of the match like, yeah, I'm gonna win on Sunday, and had her just slide in the ring and just demolish anyone in her way. Just throwing people off ladders, throwing ladders on people, just sending out refs to get her back to the locker room to get people talking like, oh man, she's a monster. Maybe she'll win Sunday.
That's Nia Jax's role, though. She's
This
the
is
one who
different
had the
show.
ref separate her.
Show, though.
And like they haven't had Tamina do that really, though. Like she's just kind of stood around and then when needed, deck someone, but she hasn't snapped or anything like that.
That's the thing.
Should.
Tamina's role has been kind of standing around
Yes.
for her SmackDown Live career.
Most of the rest of it too. Like I mean,
I hope it gets
Yeah.
fleshed out more.
Uh-huh.
I hope she gets a chance to shine. On Sunday.
Tails P in the chat roll has a good idea that Lana comes out in a robe and does the Rick Rude gimmick, where she just comes out in a
she's
robe.
so
like-
ravishing.
Yeah, right. Because
Simply
she's so
ravishing.
ravishing. So like disrobes it and has the wrestling attire on under it.
I wonder if she'd call women sweat hogs.
Yeah, I'd like to ask all you fat, out of shape,
Housewives.
St. Louis
I think that was Sable's
men.
She has Naomi's face just spray painted on her butt. Airbrush.
That would be so awesome.
It'd be whatever Uso, right?
Oh yeah,
I'll get your
it'd be
man.
Jimmy. It'd be a face of Jimmy Uso.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it gets personal.
Yeah.
But it could be like Rusev. Wait, so him on the butt, like Rusev on the crotch, and like Ziggler did with her face.
Oh God.
So many possibilities.
Tina Key is in a chat. I don't know is on the fence about us mansplaining women's shoes right now.
Yeah. If you girls don't get it, you know, I don't have to mansplain it for you.
Yeah. Just like how Ellsworth mansplained Money in the Bank match last week.
No, Shane did. Ellsworth pointed out that.
Yes.
you know,
Thank you for that correction.
Duh.
Thanks for mansplaining that to Rosenberg there.
Yes. Thank you for the mansplanation. Jinder is out. talking about how Orton is afraid of letting.
Jinder's out.
Someone catch him! Call the police.
Well, you saw it got really dark when he came out. I mean, it was very scary. Then here he was, with the Singh brothers and everything, Persian rug and all. And he's afraid of. Orton's afraid of letting his family down. He announces that his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, and other stars of the past are going to be sitting front row for this match.
Yeah, I noticed that. That stood out to me.
That. Oh, I want Jinder to win so badly, and then all of them just stand up, give Orton a disappointed look, and turn and walk out.
I wanted to smack Bob Orton in the face. That's what I want to see happen.
He better have the cast on his arm. But that stood out to me because it sounds like they've got something in mind.
They got something big planned for
They've got
this.
something planned for this.
It's going to be Cowboy Bob Orton and 2 of his friends that'll be on Table for 3 the following week.
So Ric Flair, for sure.
And Jinder. And like you have the one like current guy with it.
Yeah, who do we predict that will be Cowboy Bob's legendary friends?
Well, if I don't know if Harley's healthy enough.
No.
Because I know he was
He's
in the
the
hospital.
famous
Yeah.
St. Louis
Right.
guy, right?
But I think he
Orndorff?
broke his leg or something.
Oh, that's a good
Orndorff
one,
might be a
Jimbo.
good one.
Orndorff?
You got to remember though, who's in the lawsuit for the concussions?
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Oh.
So, because none of them are gonna be there.
Is that Demolition?
Demolition, Road Warrior Animal, Hyde.
Is Von Erich in it?
Did you say Heidenreich?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure.
You know, the legends.
Cowboy Bob and Heidenreich.
Stars of the past. The stars of the past.
No, I'm curious who. I'm not sure
Yeah.
who would join him.
I have no idea.
I like
We'll
it.
find
I
out,
like
but now
Orndorff.
it's another reason to tune in.
Yeah, who will Jinder meet for the first time?
So Orton's music hits. Singh brothers start running down the ramp to attack him. Now, what I'm curious about, why are they shocked that he's coming down? Why are they ready to fight him when they advertise this as a face-to-face confrontation?
Right.
They knew he was coming,
Right.
but they didn't know.
I guess not.
They know what they didn't know was he was coming through the crowd.
Oh, right.
I blame that guy with the papers. Probably didn't inform
Didn't tell them.
Yeah.
the Singh brothers, Jinder, and everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, no. You'll come out face to face. It says so on this paper.
He never got to the bottom of the page
Yeah,
that said,
slow
tell
reader.
those guys what's going on. I think Randy Orton came out of nowhere.
And delivered a running RKO.
Wow.
It looked awesome.
Devastating.
a running rug KO.
That's what the R stands for.
Oh yes,
A rug knockout.
yeah. I would have thought that rug is safer than that, and softer and nicer, and
Yeah.
would have helped Jinder.
Jinder
No.
should have bounced right back up. So, yeah, this rug is so comfy. I should just take a nap.
Here's the thing, you can't see it. You can't see it on TV, but that rug, bunch of tiny little spikes.
Oh,
those
Randy
better
Orton was
spikes.
planning ahead.
Yep. He was planning ahead.
Deadly.
And then
Didn't hurt
Orton,
his back though.
It's a
when he
rug
fell?
of horrors.
and then Orton hops through the crowd, does his pose, as Jinder takes 10 minutes to recover from an RKO, because it only takes one, as JBL has told us.
Man.
Deadly.
Deadly indeed.
It was awesome looking though.
I like the running
Man,
RKO.
It worked.
He can hit that thing on anybody. And it always looks good. Do you think he just practices that all the time?
On his kids.
He
in the
did it
boat?
on his kid at
that
the
was
pool.
awesome. Yes.
That's probably like as soon as he did on the pool, he's like, I should do that to Jinder.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? When did he do it on his kid at the pool?
Yeah, there's
didn't
like a
see that
video
video?
online.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to so
it's so funny.
someone's film. I might be,
Jimbo,
I think
if
it's
you can find it as we're
Yeah.
talking about.
yeah.
it.
So we
it's
can show
definitely-
Mark it live. So I think Randy's wife is filming
Yeah,
them. Or
yeah,
they're
probably.
just hanging out at the pool at their house. The kids are hanging around. One of his kids is running and jumping in the pool, and as soon as he jumps in, Randy jumps up and catches his son into an RKO in the pool.
That is child abuse. It's a vicious maneuver.
Oh, just because you're a father?
Oh, here. Okay, Jimbo's got it.
Yeah,
so
he's found it here.
we'll kind of do the commentary
Have
for
the
it.
authorities
Oh,
seen
they
this
missed the
video?
shot.
I don't know, but so it's a beautiful day at
yeah.
the Orton.
This is one kid. Oh, he
At
did
the
flip.
Orton compound.
That kid's
Good for him.
safe.
Yeah.
His kid just did a KO cannonball.
Yep. So it's a beautiful day.
Corner.
Oh,
I'm
there
gonna
we go.
I'm gonna run and do a cannonball. No, you're not.
Oh, man.
That kid was immediately rushed to the hospital.
Rush him to therapy.
Dylan Matthews in the chat roll trying to point out that wasn't his kid, it was his wife's new kid, but they're married, so it's his kid.
It's a stepson.
Wait, what?
I think there's a term for that. It's called stepchild.
Yeah. Either way, he's paying those damn bills, so that's his kid.
Right.
I
I've
think
never seen the clip where I think Jericho has someone in the walls of Jericho, and Orton tries to run and do the RKO to Jericho, but Jericho
And he misses
keeps
him.
the walls on, and he like eats it, and then he just gets up and runs and does it again.
That was early in Evolution, where they were just really starting to get the RKO over, and Orton ran to jump and hit Jericho with the RKO, but I guess he slipped or something. He didn't grab it, and he just flew past Jericho, and then hopped back up, ran off the ropes, and did it again.
You know, you bring up a good point. The RKO should be a free agent.
Yes.
It should.
Should be up for anybody to have now.
Could be anywhere.
Well, I mean, depends the type of contract it's signed.
Yeah, he hasn't been gone much though.
I mean, we have to look through those papers.
Where's that paper guy?
He's gonna get his own network show, that guy.
He will. Corbin and Ziggler backstage. Kevin Owens walks in, tells them we have two options. We can work together and take out the other three. So on Sunday, it's just the three of us instead of six. Or we can beat each other up and we'll come into Sunday worse than we are now. We shouldn't be our own worst enemies. And walked off.
So he thinks we could take out the other three people, and then they just wouldn't be in the match. No one,
Not just
no
that.
one would no one would replace them.
And not just that, but Shane won't replace them. All
will
right,
not
I
be
guess
replaced.
it's just three people now.
It has to just be only three people now. That's his plan.
It's not like we still have Dillinger and Harper and
Right.
Rowan and.
Do they?
That's a good question.
I
Where
have,
are they?
I have
Are
no
all those
proof to
guys?
support that.
Orton's backstage, and he just says, I just said everything I needed to say to Jinder in that ring. This Sunday, I'm taking back what's mine. And that was that.
he gets paid like per word.
Natalya versus Charlotte. I can watch these two wrestle every day.
Yeah.
So good.
Great stuff.
And the best thing is, you know, they left so much of it like away for like those big pay-per-view moments. Great technical match back and forth. Charlotte hit the natural selection for the win. The only thing I guess that kind of surprised me was no Carmella. We saw Becky watching in the back.
We saw Carmella watching,
she was
too.
watching.
Oh, did we see Carmella as
Yeah,
well?
with Ellsworth.
All right. But I'm kind of surprised like they didn't run out there after the match.
They're smart. They don't want to get hurt. Saving themselves.
But maybe if they beat up their opponents, then maybe it'd only be 4 people instead of 5.
Oh,
they don't
like
have any
Shane
women to
McMahon's not
replace
gonna-
it.
Oh, that's true on that one.
It would work there. It would work.
And then Asuka shows up and just destroys everyone. New edition of the Fashion Files. This one, a cliffhanger. Titled Sweet Victory. Fandango looking in the mirror, talking about how his pecs look great. Can't wait to show him off with Breezy and the Big Easy. I just rhymed. And then all of a sudden we see Tyler Breeze beat up in a romper in their office. And then Fandango shows up and we discover he too is in a romper. And he wakes Breeze up, who's holding a water gun. And he's talking about how he got jumped and beat up. And Fandango asks him to describe who beat him up. And he says, well, they had greasy hair, super dry skin, and 1 arm. No! 2 arms. And then Fandango proceeded to draw perfectly Enzo and Cass. I solved the mystery.
Fire them.
Enzo and Cass have been attacking Breezango, who have been attacking Enzo and Cass.
I thought it
You're
was a
talking about
big
the cross
show.
brands. Here it is again.
Forget our free agents.
We don't wish you well in your future endeavors.
We wish you unwell in your future endeavors.
So, do we have another mystery now on SmackDown as to who attacked Fandango or Breezango?
Yeah, the Colognes
Yeah.
have made it clear during their
It's not the Colognes.
their epic promo that it was not them. I would have, if I were the Colognes, I'd say, "Oh yeah, it was us. We need this."
We saw the picture. I don't know what you're talking about.
Summer mysteries. We need Scooby-Doo here to solve this.
Where's Scooby?
Doesn't WWE have some Scooby-Doo movie?
They have like 4.
Maybe Scooby and Shaggy are going to show up one week and solve all these mysteries.
Oh, that'd be
There was
great.
already a bear, so come on.
No joke, I would not be surprised if like next week you have Breezango dressed up as Scooby and
There you
Shaggy.
go.
Oh my god, I could so see that happening. They're gonna book that.
I think this is really funny. I
loved it.
I was like, what is he drawing? What is this picture going to be? And then when there's stick figures, I was like, that is perfect. Like, it was just a great way to end this. This was another funny one.
Yeah, fashion fans are funny. They really are. They do a great job with it.
I really laughed with the picture of Sami Zayn. It said generic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said generic needs a mask.
Then a nice little segment talking about WWE's Hero and All of Us campaign. Gave a shout out to Jarius at Jarius. He was there tonight. He's gone through a bunch of stuff. He's like a huge face in New Orleans sports reporting. He's a really cool kid. I've actually gotten the chance to speak with him a little bit. He follows me on Twitter too. I'm big time because he follows me. Shout out to Jarius.
Do you follow him back?
I do.
All right.
I do.
I just thought it was a one-way street right there.
I tweeted at him because I was jealous of his seats tonight.
Well, you weren't there.
I know,
Okay.
but they weren't going to give me those seats.
You could have
Those are primo seats.
You could have
Not
gotten
Epico seats,
boys
Primo
upgrade seats.
Have you thought about
Yeah.
making a freestyle rap for Jarius in the style of Glorious?
No, but that's a great idea. Jarius, shout out to you. I feel like you should write your own rap to the beat of Glorious.
No, you're just pawning it off on him. To
Yes,
do it.
I am. I'm pawning it off. He's
What a
got
great
time.
idea. I'm not doing it.
That's a brilliant idea, but no, you know how many more hits he'll get for it than me?
You're a freestyle rap artist. You've
I
shown
never
it
said
on
I was
the
a
show.
freestyle rap artist.
What? How do you categorize it?
I can write.
There you go. Write it.
So shout out to Jarius. Hope he's well. He's probably in bed by now because I was in New Orleans, and that's much later than it is here. Lana backstage.
He's still partying.
He probably. Yeah, well, it is New Orleans.
He's a New Orleans kid.
Yeah. He's on Bourbon Street right now.
Yep.
Lana asks Dasha if she was asking her a question or ridiculing her, and she doesn't care what people think of her. I'm going to shock the world when I crush Naomi and become the first ever ravishing SmackDown Women's Champion.
I think her dress should be a little shorter though. Like it's a little too long. Like when she did attack Naomi, it was like, all right, I'm trying to get up. Oh, I can't get up because my dress
she's
is too
elegant and ravishing.
long. I know, but let's not. I feel like she's gonna fall. Is what's gonna happen, and then that's gonna just kind of mess up everything. So, just make it a little shorter.
Yeah, make it a lot shorter.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying she's gonna have a flowing dress. It shouldn't. Run
I
like
see
10
your
feet on the
agenda
ground.
here, and I agree with it, John.
Main event time: Owens, Corbin, and Ziggler versus Nakamura, AJ, and Sami Zayn. We know how fun this match would be. It was great. I loved the sequence of Sami Zayn trying to make the tag because it took like 5 minutes for this to finally unfold. Much longer than it normally do. So it kind of kept you on that. Oh, now it's, oh no, they did stop it. Oh, now this has got to be it. No, oh wait. Oh no, then they pulled both of them off. Oh, okay. It just kept going and going. So it was really entertaining with that. Because Zayn never got to make the tag, but he still won the match. Forearm by AJ from the apron onto Corbin. Zayn runs haluva kick, pins Corbin again. 3 victories for Zayn over Corbin. And then as soon as the match ends, Ziggler attacks people. Owens brings a ladder in. Him and Ziggler take out AJ and Zayn. And then Corbin takes out his own partners in that match. Corbin starts climbing the ladder to show off. Nakamura shows up, pushes him off the ladder. Kinshasa. Nakamura climbs the ladder, grabs the briefcase, and poses as SmackDown goes off the air.
Bad luck.
Poses is generous. He was hanging on for dear life to that hook. He really was. He was like, what am I doing up here?
See how high that briefcase was?
Yeah, it was. It was insanely high.
Yeah. I was like, man, is it gonna be like 40, high as hell in the cell? Like, doesn't need to be that high.
And that ladder was warped from getting beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not in a good position.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to stay up there until we're off the air. No, we got another minute. No, you're good. Get 45 more seconds.
They don't really have
you're doing
like-
great.
They don't really have ladder matches in New Japan. He was up there like, this is not strong style.
This is suck style.
Well, with that, we got some official predictions we have to make for our Money in the Bank pay-per-view this Sunday in St. Louis, which is Randy Orton's hometown, if we didn't know.
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
And before we jump into the predictions, though, I got to plug our good friends at Wrestle Rumble because they're giving free entries away once again. And this is how you can get a free entry into their Money in the Bank Pick'em, which, by the way, first prize is $500 plus a custom-made Money in the Bank briefcase.
Wow. Well, I got one of those. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Right, but I mean,
And
like,
then
you can...
$500 what currency?
I could have as many of those as I want. So
Are we talking Deutsche
But,
marks?
like, but, hey, these don't have your name on them.
I could make it.
Can I have
I know you can make it, but this can be made for you, Tom. Plus $500. What's
the fun of
normally, normally it's
Canadian? Turkish?
American.
That's pretty good.
Yep. Normally it's $10 to enter. Must be 21 to play. Normally $10 for an entry. However, you can get free entries if you tweet at Wrestle Rumble a photo of your Christian Rosenberg t-shirt, or if you take a screenshot of your Pros and Tees order of Christian Rosenberg shirt, you send that to at Wrestle Rumble, they are giving you a free entry into the Money in the Bank Pick'em.
Wow.
So, you know, the t-shirt's normally $20, but all of a sudden you get $10 for that Pick'em, and you could win $500.
And you could survive the Arctic with that shirt.
Right. It keeps you warm. I'm sweating in here because of the shirt, not because of all the lights.
You can win the briefcase to put your shirt in when you travel. Mm-hmm. Right?
Or the money.
Security will flag you for not wearing a shirt while you travel.
Right. Or you wear the money and then put the shirt in the briefcase.
All makes perfect sense.
Yes. So at Wrestle Rumble, if you tweet them that between now, you have until Saturday, 6 o'clock Pacific time. So between now and 6 o'clock Pacific time, the site will officially have the picks out tomorrow, Wednesday morning. So tweet out those photos with your t-shirts if you got them. If you don't have them, get a screenshot of your confirmed order and you will get a free entry into it. So with that, let's get into our picks. First off, Women's Championship. Naomi defending against Lana. The other great unknown, besides Mojo.
He's unknown.
We don't know how Lana's going to be in this type of situation. Do we see her walking out of Money in the Bank, the women's champion?
No. Naomi retains.
Scott says Naomi.
Yeah, I say Naomi too. First match, no, that's okay.
I'm going out on a limb. I say Lana. I think they wouldn't have booked it as a title match unless they have a plan for her to win.
Okay. Jimbo?
I think somehow Lana wins and it makes Naomi snap and Naomi turns heel.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm saying Naomi retains, but I think Lana's going to be more impressive than people think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's going to be a much longer match than people would expect.
I could, if she does win, I could see Rusev helping her win too.
That could be
You know?
interesting.
Oh, you just mansplained that. Thank you.
No problem.
Tag Team Championship, Usos defending against the New Day. I'll go first this time. I believe New Day is going to win by disqualification.
Oh.
So Usos retain, and this feud continues.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Something like that. I hope they'll keep the titles on the Usos for a while because I don't think New Day need them right now, and Usos are pretty great. This new version of them as champs, I like it. So I hope they keep the titles.
All right.
Yeah, I say Usos.
Usos via cheating that the ref doesn't see.
Ah, twin magic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jimbo.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with the Usos.
Okay. For the first time ever, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Charlotte, Natalya, Tamina, Carmella, and Becky Lynch. We've kind of been teasing our picks each week here since it's been announced. Now we have to make our official one. Scott.
With the help of the love of her life, James Ellsworth and Carmella walk out with Money in the Bank.
All right. Tom.
I have to agree. I think it's just, what is Ellsworth going to do? He's got to carry the briefcase.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I love the idea of that. I think it's really fun and makes sense. I will pick though Charlotte. I think she needs a little boost. She's getting a little bit lost in the shuffle on SmackDown. I hope she wins it.
I've said from the beginning, I think Natalya is going to win it, and I'm going to stick with it. I mean, you know, the classic thing. She lost tonight. Charlotte stood tall. That whole thing that Scott hates that I bring up every
Tamina
time.
lost too. It is how they book. It is how they do
But,
it.
yeah.
No, there's not. There's no.
So I'm saying Natalya. Jimbo.
Tamina.
He's going with Tamina, who also lost tonight.
Going
So
out on that limb.
there you go.
That is a limb.
WWE Championship in front of Cowboy Bob Orton and all his friends. Jinder Mahal defending against Randy Orton.
What if it's like Garfield and Friends, but it's like Bob Orton and Friends?
Bugs me out because I can't think of a lot of still surviving friends.
Yeah.
Tracy Smothers will be out there.
Barry O.
Vader.
That'd be cool to see Vader out there.
I say Jinder retains.
Oh, yeah. Jinder for sure.
Yeah, I say Jinder.
Jinder.
Jimbo?
Jinder.
Sorry, Randy. You're losing in your hometown.
I think we'd all be
You
really
don't care.
disappointed if Randy won.
If we'd all be disappointed if Jinder only had a 4-week title reign.
I think Randy Orton would be disappointed if this match wasn't first, so that way he can go home.
It's a short drive.
Yeah.
Beat the traffic, right?
And finally, Money in the Bank on the men's side: Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. Jimbo, I'm starting with you this time.
I've been thinking it's gonna be Nakamura because I don't know why they put him in the match and have him lose.
But
I want to go with AJ just because I think he'll have a cooler looking briefcase.
all right, Jimbo says AJ. Scott.
He's always thinking of action figures. This is really a scenario where any of these guys win, it's great turnout.
Yes.
It's I like all these guys for different reasons, and it all provides great story. But I think I really want AJ to win, so I'm going AJ.
All right, Tom.
I've been saying the last couple weeks I think Corbin's gonna win, but I'm gonna say Sami Zayn.
You going Zayn?
Yeah.
Tough call, but I think if I had to pick, I'd pick Corbin. And the briefcase is going to look this tiny in his giant hands.
I feel like I've been going back and forth with a few over the last several weeks. So now with my official pick, I'm saying Kevin Owens wins Money in the Bank because in the long run, I think Sami Zayn will be the one to beat Jinder for the title, and then Owens immediately cashes in on Sami.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
But
That's fun.
it'd be good if it was reverse as well.
It could go reverse also, though. Like, you could do, like, if Orton wins it and Owens beats Orton for the title and Sami cashes in on him. That's
And then-
great, too.
And then loses because Vince hears about it and goes, no.
Or that. So, those are our picks. We want to know what you guys think, so you can leave us comments on the iTunes page and, of course, on YouTube. And you can talk to us on various forms of social media. Scott Narver, how can people reach out to you?
You can reach out to me on social media at Scott Narver. You can check out youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow. The season finale, the biggest episode yet. Matt Morgan is on the show. You got to check that out. A lot of crazy stuff happens on that one. And next week, I know Marquee Extreme invades Impact Wrestling. So you're going to want to see that video as well.
Yeah, Matt Morgan, that one scared me. I felt bad for someone.
Who? Marquee Extreme? Turned out fine.
Well, I don't know if I should say specifically who, but I feel like you should find out who I feel bad for by watching it.
Oh.
See? I was trying to plug it.
Oh.
Now I need to watch.
There you go. Tom Connolly.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TomTheCom. I'll take a picture of this little Money in the Bank briefcase and put it
And do
online.
what with it?
I don't know. If you guys want one, let me know. I don't know.
It's a new side business that Tom's created. Mark, thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
God, I love being here. It's so great to be back.
How can people reach out to you?
All my stuff's at MarcWarzecha.com. You can link to all my social stuff for there. And excited to announce that I got to do very lucky to get to do some work for New Japan Pro Wrestling last week. I shot kind of a primer for the upcoming July 1st and 2nd shows that'll be on New Japan World and all their social media within the next week or so.
And Vince Googling.
Yes, and at Vince Googly.
Can't forget Vince Googling. Jimbo.
Follow me on Twitter at Jimbo in the Boot. Check out XPac12360. Last week we interviewed the Road Dogg himself, and we got some insight into SmackDown, like whether or not the Money in the Bank women's briefcase will be able to go to Raw, and what he would do if he had extra time on SmackDown, which wrestlers he would push. So check that out.
Interesting. Definitely check that out. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ru Rosenberg, Instagram, The Ru Rosenberg, t-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. And don't forget, take your photo of your t-shirt or your order form of it, send it to at WrestleRumble and get a free entry into the Money in the Bank Pick'em at WrestleRumble. And for all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. For Scott Narver, Tom Connolly, Marc Warzecha, and Jimbo in the booth, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.